One thing people often get wrong about the Viking Age is thinking of it as mere adventurous raiders and seafarers. What if most of our understandings are curated myths created to conceal deeper colonial motives behind Norse expansion? The Norse sagas, such as those featuring Harald Fairhair or Eric the Red, functioned as politically motivated narratives. These narratives were crafted decades later to justify violence, land grabs, and cultural erasure across northern Europe. In these sagas, the Finnic peoples, including the original Sami and Kven, are often marginalized or misrepresented. What if characterizing them as mystical forest dwellers is not only misleading, but fundamentally dismissive of their history? The sagas stripped these legitimate communities of their political identity by framing their existence as magical. Archaeological evidence reveals that Sami societies boasted complex economies, showcasing substantial trade networks and distinct traditions. Yet these facts rarely appear in the Icelandic sagas that greatly influenced modern Nordic identities and national narratives. What drives this literary minimization, especially when it mirrors early medieval imperialism under the guise of kinship migration? By casting indigenous encounters as mystical rather than political, Norse storytellers effectively erased their legitimate claims to land. Contemporary Nordic national identities boast Viking heritage, while indigenous Sami people still fight for territorial rights. These ancestral lands face threats from mining projects and ecotourism, largely driven by outside interests and policies. How can national myths and beloved folklore be untangled from historical injustices perpetuated on the indigenous populations? What is at stake when democracies build their foundations on narratives that favor conquest over truthful representations? Should ancient texts like Heimskringla be viewed as neutral history or as propaganda for warlords pursuing power? This exploration of the past bleeds into present-day issues, showing how collective memory is constructed without consent. If decolonization begins at home, how should nations with deep-rooted folklore responsibly engage in truth-telling?